know what you can wear to work? Well, sit back, relax, and grab a drink. I've got just the thing. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, your go-to place for building your dream career and achieving your highest potential. I'm Allie, and we've got another segment of Tips and Tea Time where I reveal my top tips on anything related to career, work, or leadership. And for today, I'm going to be revealing my top tips on how you can dress for success. Now, I was inspired to do this video after reading an article by CNBC where they assessed 1,200 workers and found that nearly 33%, a third of those workers said that not only would they take a $5,000 pay cut just so they can dress more casually, but if they were to receive a job offer, they would walk away from that job. That absolutely blows my mind that people will leave because of this dress code, but it makes sense. We all want to dress comfortably nowadays. And so, fortunately for us, companies are starting to heed that call and change their policies. But unfortunately, there are still some companies who have not done that yet, and quite frankly, companies don't make it clear exactly what is business casual. I mean, what is a good balance between comfortable and professional? No one really knows. So to help you find a good balance between the two and help you not embarrass yourself in front of your coworkers, I'm going to be revealing my top tips on how you can dress for success and figure out the answer to this mystery we call business casual. If this is something that you've been struggling with, or maybe you know somebody else who has been finding it difficult to have this balance between the two, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. Otherwise, let's get started. As for my first tip, you want to do what your boss does. Look at your boss and copy them. How exactly are they dressing? Do they have a button-down shirt and slacks? Are they wearing jeans? What are they wearing? And just copy that. There's nothing wrong with that. They are the ones who develop the culture. They're the ones who promote the company culture and the policies set by the company. And so they're going to know exactly what is allowed and not allowed. So just look at them as an example. On top of that, by dressing as they do, it's actually a good way to set yourself apart from your employees and possibly get a promotion. It's always a good way to demonstrate that you're leadership material by already looking like leadership material. So look at your boss, see what they do. As for my next tip, you really want to make sure you understand the audience and your job. Those two things are really going to determine exactly how you need to dress for success. And so just ask yourself, who's your clientele? Who are the customers that you serve, and what do they expect from you? Are these people who actually aren't going to buy from you if you dress yourself a certain way, if you present yourself a certain way? Really put yourself in their shoes to see exactly what it is they expect from you. Obviously, you're going to have to dress better for high-ticket clients, so really just take a look at everybody and see what is the best option. Now, in terms of your job, there are some companies or industries where you do have to dress a certain way because of safety protocol. And so you want to make sure you're familiar with those things so that way you aren't putting your company at risk or putting yourself at risk. On top of that, if you're going to be meeting your clients one-on-one on certain days or being in the office on another, then that is also going to determine how you're going to dress. In the office, nobody sees you, perfectly fine. Dress down for all you want. But if you're trying to make a sale and meeting with clients, then you might want to dress up a bit if that is what they want. And so take a look at your clients, customers, and the job that you're performing. Is dressing a certain way going to hinder your success in performing your job? As for my next tip, straight to the point, you want to make sure you look clean and polished. It doesn't matter if you wear jeans or a suit. At the end of the day, there's still a baseline professionalism you need to maintain. And in this case, it's just making it look like you're wearing clothes that just came out of the dryers or came from the dry cleaners. So what that means is that there are no stains, no tears, so no rips, no holes, nothing, no wrinkles, as well as no odor. And this also includes strong odors as well, so strong perfume odors, you don't want that as well. The more neutral the odor, the better. And so regardless of what you wear, you still need to have a baseline standard for how you come into work. So remember, clean and polished. As for my next tip, you need to wear clothes that are just the right size. So you don't want something that's too baggy that you're swimming in it, but then you don't want something so tight that people think you're being choked in your own clothes. And so a good way to do that is by doing what I call the bend and squat test. Not the bend and snap, even though I might have been influenced by a certain movie. but you want to make sure you bend its squats. So bend over 90 degrees or squat at a 90-degree angle to see if certain parts of your body are showing. Do your clothes still cling to your body? And so if you're going to bend over, your shirt should not be revealing your chest. Same thing, if you're squatting or bending over, your private area or your butt should not be showing. They should be all covered. Now, I do want to make it clear, this is not just for women, this is for men too. Nobody wants to see a plumber's crack. So do the bended squat and then accommodate if you need to. If you're wearing a certain skirt, then maybe you need to bring it down a bit if you're starting to show certain parts. If you're wearing pants and your crack's starting to show, then make sure you're wearing a belt. Just accommodate. Do the bended squat test and you'll be able to tell if your clothes fit just right. For my next tip, less is more. Now, many of us have graphic tees that we love to show off. It's a great way to show expression, but there also is a risk associated with it. If you have shirts that are too decked out, people are going to be distracted. And so when you're at a meeting, people aren't going to be listening to you. They're going to be reading your shirt or trying to figure out exactly what it is that you're wearing. You don't want that. And so less is more. If you're going to wear a shirt with a quote on it or a shirt with a design on it, just make sure that it's nothing bigger than your hand. This also includes logos. As long as it's small, you can still express yourself, but it's not so large that you're distracting others. So, rule of thumb, size of your hand. You can't go wrong with that. This is going to be a hit or miss, but for my next tip, I strongly suggest no matter what you do not wear open-toe shoes. And here's why. One, psychologically speaking, whenever we see someone in open-toe shoes, this typically suggests to us that we're at a party and that we're about to have a good time. And in the workplace, especially if you're meeting with clients, that's not the message you want to convey. You don't want them to start stereotyping you that you're some partier. Okay? So just keep that in mind if you are going to wear it. But the main reason why I am against them in the workplace is because for a lot of places, it is a safety issue. And so look with your company to see if this is a safety issue or if there's any locations you need to go to where this might be a problem. So I say never wear open-toe shoes, but if you are going to, make sure you have some sneakers or closed shoes available just in case, because some places will deny you access if you are wearing open-toe shoes. So be smart about it. I say better safe than sorry and just don't wear them. As for my next tip, add saturation, not brightness. It's very natural that some of us want to snazz up our wardrobe by adding a little bit of color, and that's perfectly fine. But here's the problem. Sometimes in our attempt to express ourselves, we might choose a color that might be a little brighter than we want it to, or we might look like a disco ball or a neon sign. Nobody wants that. It's distracting. And so feel free to choose any color that you want, but just make sure that it's not so bright that it's grabbing everybody's attention. In that case, that is going to hurt you and people are going to judge. So don't look like a neon sign. And those are my top 7 tips for dressing for success in the workplace, namely how you can nail this thing we call business casual. By doing these tips, now you're going to feel more confident, authentic, and be able to express yourself comfortably, but you're going to be able to do so in a way that you don't have to worry about other people judging you or offending someone. If this is something that you've had an issue with, or maybe you know somebody else in the workplace who has not been following protocol like they should, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. And if you really like this topic about expression in the workplace, then make sure you stay tuned, because for our Q&A, I'm going to be talking about how you can express yourself in terms of rejecting a promotion without hurting you in the end, as well as discussing for food for thought later how you don't want to be authentic and how, quite frankly, authenticity is overrated. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're notified of my latest videos. And make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, where I reveal content not shared on my channel. Otherwise, it's been a pleasure talking to you all today. Until we drink again, everyone, take it easy. Oh, so good. For those of you who have never tried nectarine, make sure you try these. They're really good. I think they're in season right now, so make sure you go out to a store and buy one.